Do You Hear Us Now? Written and performed by Benedict Lombe. The film lasts for 3 minutes 46 seconds and contains themes of racism and mentions of racist violence. The face of Benedict, a young, dark-skinned black woman, fills the screen. She has a round face, wide cheeks, full lips, and large, searching dark eyes. Her hair is tightly curled and cut very short. She wears a white top and gold earrings. She looks thoughtful, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak. Sometimes she glances to one side as if she's searching for words. As she warms to her themes, she holds our gaze, challenging us, demanding our attention.
So, as I tried to write these words, I couldn't help but wonder about all those times in history when we've tried to write these words. About all those times in history when we've had to take our pain and our rage and our trauma and turn it into something articulate and insightful and poetic. I repeat, take our pain and our rage and our trauma and turn it into something else. Because this pain and then this rage and this trauma is not articulate or insightful or poetic, it's exhausting. It's overwhelming. It's unrelenting and cruel and unequal and all-encompassing and too much and too much and too much. And yet, here we are. Here I am, still, trying to turn it into something else, like we have done throughout history each time, like we have done throughout history each time, thinking maybe this time, thinking maybe this time, they might finally hear us. And as I tried to write these words, I couldn't help but wonder about all those times in history when we've had the equivalent of the noise, of your outrage and your statements and your hashtags and your black squares and your just checking ins and your one-time donations. And I couldn't help but wonder what happens after. After you say to us that Black Lives Matter to you, will you still show up? When it gets harder, and it will. When you get tired, and you will. When it gets uncomfortable and inconvenient, and you fail, and you try again, and you fail again, and no one applauds you for doing the work you should have always been doing, will you still show up? And as I tried to write these words, I couldn't help but wonder, no, marvel. Marvel at blackness, at how we still love, at how we still hold each other up and find light in our loudness and our boldness and our wit and our humor and our joy and our talent. Marvel at how we exist and at how radical it is that we can still exist and take up space in a world that wants us silent. With a knee on our necks, we will scream from the very depths of our souls. Because it is not enough to just exist. If we can't exist freely and fully and equally, it is not enough to just exist if we can't exist freely and fully and equally. So as I tried to write these words, I couldn't help but wonder, no, not wonder, demand. Demand that this is the time you will finally hear us. So do you? Do you hear us now?